music about 3 or 4 times a night, through or week, I should say, it starts to get to you. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's well. Hi, Josephine. Good morning. I don't know if you're still around, but hello. Stoddard, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Oh, you're still here? Well, hello. How are you? That's just me, just little old me tonight. We're going to do a replay of one of her older videos. Trying to decide which one we're done at the moment with all the listener encounters. Now, she did release a members only video for the premiere on Monday. Now, the Monday I don't think will be an actual premiere, so I don't know if there'll be chat. So if there's no chat, just forgive her. She's trying to get the swing of this members only thing. But you definitely get, if you're a member, you definitely got the video early. Make sure you check it out. It's a really good video. I totally enjoyed it. It's a subject I personally researched about 3 years ago for somebody on Telegram and really got into it myself. And you can tell she got into it too. So, and I'll repeat all this stuff as more people come in. But I hope everybody's good. I got a couple of videos I'm looking at that we might check out. One's kind of long, but this is what it's about. You know, we playing some of our old videos that didn't get premieres. And there's some good subjects there. And it's fun to watch her back about a year or two ago. It's interesting, especially some of her ramblings. They definitely are dated. So I hope everybody comes in. Relax. Yeah, I'll start the video here in a little bit. I always like to wait to at least, probably about 9 or 10 people, if possible, before I start it. I'm watching people come and go. So, so if you're here, come in, say hi. We appreciate it. I know there's other people streaming, I think. I know SRR is streaming. So I know there's other people out there streaming, I believe. So I'm okay with that. But we'll start that video in a little bit. And I'm going to leave my mic on, except for anyone like coughing and hacking. But I will leave the mic on so I can talk in case you guys get a conversation going. But basically, the first half of this time is spent replaying one of her older videos. And some of you may have seen them, some of you may have not. And I feel like I'm talking to myself. So, folks, if you're out there, say hello. Because I know out of 3 people that I see in my chat, in my box, I know I'm one of them because I'm in YouTube too. Let me refresh. Yep. Get back caught up. There we go. So I'll give it a little bit of time, see who wanders in, who decides to come in and talk. There's Ralph. Thank you, Ralph. I can always count on you popping in sometime or another, at one night or another. I'm going to see how long I can make it before falling asleep. I'm going to give it all my. Oh, there you go, bud. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll show one of her videos, one of her older videos that you may not have even seen before. So, and we'll talk during it. That's the whole idea. But it's like I said, the first half of this is basically to replay one of her older videos and then gab it up. We've been known to be on here till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, at least 3:30. So I think 3:30 was one of our latest. So love to have you. But thanks for coming in, Ralph. I appreciate it. And if you make it, you make it. If you don't. I know you have a pretty full life. So it's all good, man. It's all good. This is all for fun. Little promo too for her. So, pretty much after the video, it ends up becoming a chill and chat anyway. So, but I'm a little shocked. Usually I have a couple more people buying here, but I'm okay with that. And I don't know who's watching anonymously because they don't show up. I'm going to re-hit my cigarette here. Sorry for the silence. Hey, there's Chris. How you doing? You kind of came in and came out the other night. I saw your message, and that sucks. Have you heard any more about him? Is he doing okay? Yeah, it's just, I kind of worry about my dad. I'm pretty sure I brought home COVID from Parrot Unity. He's doing better than I am, but I was hurting for a while. I don't know how I was able to stream and hang in there, but I was hurting. But he's a little wobbly today. Not sure. Okay. Yeah, that some of that times that getting that information out about somebody is a little slow. So, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. And it sucks. Congestive heart failure. That's rough. Yeah, Chris, look, Ralph made it. He's gonna try to make it as long as he can. I can see Ralph now fluffing his pillow. I don't blame him. Cheers. I wouldn't say a beer sounds good, but a drink sounds good right about now. Already kind of made a homemade lemonade vodka that turned out really good that somebody made my son. He gives it to me because he knows I'm a vodka guy. That stuff was awesome. I made myself one iced teas, and they were awesome. I did it. I didn't drink it all at once. Throughout it was. I think it lasted me like almost 3 months. I'm not a big drinker. I drink here and there before bed or chilling. So what did you think of the first 2 episodes? I haven't watched them yet, Chris. So don't spoil it. No, I've been waiting because I'm anxious. I want to see it so bad. And I'm trying to avoid anybody talking about it. But yeah, I'm going to watch them tomorrow with Dad. Now my pillow is like sandbag. The soft, fluffy kind doesn't help support mine. Yeah, I have. My dad's that same way. I like a big, fluffy pillow. But I have to sleep somewhat sitting up. Get that heavy head, huh? But yeah, I'm waiting to watch it. We're going to watch it tomorrow because he wants to watch Blue Beetle too, and it showed up on Max. So we're going to watch those and then watch Blue Beetle. I see it pop up, but that damn heart covers half that. Been watching Bass Reeves. Love it so far. Yeah, my dad actually likes that. He was really getting into it the other night. I think he's almost caught up. He should be caught up now. Yeah, he's a big cowboy guy, and he really likes it. He's like, well, at least they tried to stick as close to actual, being actual to the true events and everything. Sticking to true events is history as much as possible. I mean, you always have missing pieces, but yeah, he's really digging it too. I liked it. I was really impressed. Those first 2 episodes, I was really like, wow, this is going to be really good. But yeah, I'm holding off on Monarch. I already got my tickets. Well, hello, Miss Cindy Lee. I already got my tickets for Godzilla, so for December 1st. How you doing, dear? Yeah, I gotta blow those pictures up, and I'm gonna frame them, Cindy Lee. I've already got them ready to go. I just gotta find some good quality paper and print them off, and I'm gonna get frames for them. The one in the VW bus, I love that one. And Gemma really loved the dragon with us in the heart. She was like, "Oh, that's awesome." I might print her off one of those and send it to her framed. Yeah, but Bass Reeves is good. There's a couple. I'm patiently waiting for One Piece. I loved that. It was so good. They turned out okay. Yeah, they did. They looked good. Like I said in that one with me and her and the dragon and the heart. I wasn't really fond of that picture because that's the picture from me standing there with Ghost Brothers. I look so frail. But I'm losing weight, so waiting for Avatar. I'm not a big fan of them. You're gonna hate me now, but I'm not a big fan of them. I think the The visuals is fantastic. But no, I'm not a big fan of. The first one to me they all seemed way too long. But no, I'm not a bit. I hate to say that, but I'm not. I'll probably watch them when they're all when they're all done and said, because I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one. But yeah, I'll probably sit and eventually watch them all, make a day of it, like I do with Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. I watch them all in sequel. I put them in all in order, and I do that with actually the original Planet of the Apes. I still love those. I grew up watching those when I was a kid, plus the TV series. I also do that with there's only with Evil Dead, including the show, and I watch them all. Try to watch them all synced up. I do that like every couple weekends. Pick one series and just watch them all. Oh, Avatar. You're talking about Airbender. Yeah. Now, you think it's going to be any good? Because I really wasn't impressed with Shyamalan Night's Airbender Avatar. I was thinking of something totally different. You knew what I was thinking of. But thank you for correcting me. But yeah, I kind of want to see it and see if it's any good. Giles is excited about it. He just hopes it's better than the damn movie. I was really kind of disappointed in that movie. Could have been so much better. But see, they proved with One Piece, if you let the creator have a say, you're going to get what you want. Because Avatar was just, not Avatar, but One Piece. I was just impressed with that. Damn. So yeah, I know it's a series. It's going to be a series and not the movie, and it's not crammed into one big movie. I get that, but I just don't think he was the person to do it. You could have still done a good job, at least condensing it down into maybe a 2-hour, 2.5-hour movie, and made it worth watching. Now I'm hoping the series is good, and we'll see. My son loved those cartoons. He loved those cartoons, and he likes the other Avatar too. So it will be interesting. I'll know as soon as he watches them if they're any good or not, and if they're worth watching. But yes, doing a series is a lot better than doing an actual movie because you're trying to cram so much in. But they could have done, 3 movies, like year 1, year 2, and year 3. Now, yeah, I'm waiting for Shogun too. I was wondering you was going to bring that up. See, I'm really big into that era. A lot of my dreams of the past is where I'm in the Shogun era, and I'm fighting some really bloody battles. And I'm ready for that. Yeah, I'm ready to see it now. And it's basically a remake of the one they did, the TV series they did on television, right? If I get that right, if I'm seeing everything right, that's basically like a reboot. I don't care. It's going to be so good. As long as they stick to what I know, and it should be awesome. And I love that guy. I can never say his name, but you can't have a Japanese movies now without that dude. He's just like the man. He was so good in Ronin, 47 Ronin. It's a true story. I know it is. I just wasn't sure if they were going to try to, But yeah, with what we have today. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, son. He forgot I was streaming. Yeah, I do. He comes in every so often. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. And I know the story, and I've read the books and everything. It was big when I was there, even when I was 12 years old. So yeah. But yeah, I've had dreams where I'm sure. There she is, Edna. What's up, sweetie? Yeah, she pops in early, and And she's just now popping up in StreamYard. It just kills me. But yet the video is weird because the YouTube lags. Yeah, like in the video, I'm like a couple seconds behind on the YouTube compared to the StreamYard. Yes, he is the same guy. He's also in 47 Ronin and a bunch of other Japanese movies that I love. That guy is awesome. I hope you're well, Edna. Did you get some rest last night and today? You're gonna be like that, but you seem perky. I'm feeling like you're feeling a little better. Just give it time. Yes, I do worry about you. Any more visitors other than your woodpecker? I told you I was right about that. It was hard to talk to you the other night in chat when I was trying to do the list, but I told you. Oh, so tired you will be. I'm fighting something, man. It's like weird. It's been a while since I felt like something has hung on to me like it has. But yeah, that I told you you would have visitor, and you may have more. So that woodpecker may be back. Maybe you'll see your owls again. But I don't think you're done having visitor. And I think it's pretty trippy that I warned you about it. Then something like that happens. I just had a feeling. They know. But yeah, I'm ready for Shogun. There's another one I'm waiting for. I still have to watch Demeter, the Demeter, the boat about Dracula. With Dracula on it. I want to watch that too. They say it's actually not bad. He was in The Last Samurai as well as John Wick movies. Yes. Oh, he's all over the place. He's incredible. Yeah, you can say Hiroaki Sayanda. I can't do it. That's one of the reasons why I only learned a little bit of Japanese when I was there. A lot of it was just bullshit. It was a great movie, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for Shogun. I can't wait. Like I said, tomorrow I'm sitting watching Monarch, and then we're gonna watch Blue Beetle because I haven't seen it yet. And then we're trying to save some stuff that's coming out around things that we can do while we're sitting around feeding our faces on Thanksgiving. I got some ideas. So we're getting some crowd in here now. What time we got? Can't see my clock on the wall. It's too dark. 12:18. Well, I'm trying to decide which video to do. Since we're out of the we've done all the listener encounters. So I was thinking, where's it at? Where'd it go? I just had it. I was thinking about going pretty far back. I was gonna do her. Where'd it go? Jersey Devil one, but it's like 46 minutes. I like to say that for one of maybe the slower nights or like next weekend, holiday weekend, for because I know everybody will be pretty much busy over the Thanksgiving weekend, so I figured I'd do that one for the weekend. And then I thought about doing 7 near-death experiences, but that's 24 minutes. I try to keep them within reason, so you guys can at least get some of the people that haven't seen some or took time to go back and look at some of her older videos. So maybe we'll do the 7 death experiences, short stories that she got. That sounds like a good one. I make that screen dark when I do that. Me and my daughter Penelope heard and then watched about 30 turkeys fly over from one mountainside behind our house to the mountain in front of our house. Remember it when I saw a woodpecker. Wow. You actually saw turkeys fly from one mountainside to another. That's wild. I remember when I saw a woodpecker. Yeah, see, Edna, I told her she would have a visitor And she said this woodpecker came over to her bedroom side of the house. Was it by a window? I could believe he flew to my window. Yeah, there. That's wild. I'm telling you. I bet if not before the end of this month, you may see an owl. And if not an owl, one of the smaller critters like I'm taking like a coon or something will come pay you a visit. But I have a funny feeling you're going to have another visitor. You may have a couple. They know. And they know you try to take care of them. And they know you care about them. That and you have a strange connection with them. I don't think you realize how your connection is so good with animals. You should make it a little more part of your life when you start feeling better and can go outside and start feeding them, start to get knowing them. That's it. The last Voyager of the Demeter. I can never say. I said it right that time. But yeah, I want to see that too. I haven't watched it yet. Some movies I wait till. It's pretty sad because I've never watched The Joker yet. But I have a funny feeling I got to be just in the right mood to watch that. So every time I go to start it, I'm like, no, I'm just not ready yet. And some movies I do that with. I build up an anticipation, and then there's some stuff like I said. I've already got my tickets for Godzilla on December 1st. I have a friend holding them for me that works for for Crossroads up here. So I'm going to say, you make sure I get 2 seats in the back center on the big screen. So we're all taken care of it. I'm ready for that one. We hear a lot of good things, but that's another movie I'm trying to stay away from because I'm ready. Can't turkeys, man. Didn't you grab one for dinner? I'd have grabbed one of those turkeys for dinner, but it's a mess to clean them. Okay, what's going on, folks? Now you got anything? So you haven't anything since the woodpecker? Yes, I'm ready for sugar. I'm touching over past subjects, trying to make it stretch a little bit. And Cindy, you're doing good. I'm glad. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That Toho is basically rebooting all their movies. Yeah, and this is the first. Yeah, that's what I've heard too, which is fine with me. That's fine with me. Maybe the kitty ones back from the early '60s and '70s will make them a little more special, a little more darker than they should have been. They should have been. Have you seen the shorts they've been releasing on YouTube, Toho? The little short movies. Those have actually been really good. I've really enjoyed those too. Like the one they did with Jaguar, yeah, and oh, Megalon. Yeah, I really like those. Those were really well done. But yeah, I'm ready for Monarch. Actually, Chris, what happened was I forgot it had already premiered and I missed the first episode. And I said, well, let's just wait. And I can watch 2. Didn't another one come out this week too? So I'm hoping to watch 2 and then the new one, because I don't even know what days are they all out yet? I haven't even looked. I haven't even looked. I just figured once I log in, and because I have Apple TV, I've been waiting for this. So I just kind of like stayed away from any information. They both came out last night. That's what I thought. Because I saw the thing for it after streaming last night was Sunny. It's like, oh man, they're both out. Heck yeah. So we'll probably watch them tomorrow. We are going to watch those tomorrow. I don't know. I'm hoping I can get the app for the TV out to the living room. If not, I'm going to have to watch them. And poor Dad's going to lose out until I can figure out how to get it out there. But yeah, we're getting up there. Right, got 8 now. I think that's what we're due. Hold on, let me set myself up. Where do I go with that? There we go. Well, yeah, let's do that. Dink, dink. And, oh, stop. Stop. Oh my gosh, this is an older video. How long ago? Oh, 2 years ago. Yeah, so I'm really excited for that. Didn't mean to blow your eardrums out there for a second. I don't know why. Why did? Because wait, that shouldn't have been on the TV. That should have been on my headset. Okay, there we go. But anybody else got anything coming up that I don't know about? If anybody saw her members only video that just came out about an hour ago, what'd you think of that? The eyes and the shadows in the forest. That's a good video. Like I said, that was a subject I touched on a long time ago. I really like that video. I told her that's a good Tuesday talk subject. That would be a good one to talk about on a Tuesday for talk. It was good. Yeah, I liked it. It was a good one. And she says there's not other stories out there. But man, wait till we talk on. If I can get her to use it as a subject before we start stream, I'm going to send her a bunch of stories that I've heard. That some of the ones she did, I've heard before. So, which was good because it shows. But you could tell she got excited about this one, and that's what I like about when she does certain subjects. You can tell when she does her research, she starts really thinking. It gets her mind going. She gets enthusiastic about it, and that's what I like to see. So, does anybody know if anybody else is streaming right now? Because if there is, they're more than welcome to throw their link in. They may have a better subject than me, but like I said, we'll start the video here in a little bit. It's about 24, 25 minutes, and I'm going to leave my mic on. I got another great grandson due the first week. Another one. Yeah, are your kids rabbits or something, little lady? Didn't you just have one? That's awesome. The first week of December? That's awesome. Hello, Josephine. I saw you pop in, hon. Thank you for stopping in. I'm glad you're hanging out. It's daytime in Australia right now, right? So here it's like what, 12:30 now, almost 12:30 or 12:28. I'm glad you're sticking around. Watched the best video I have ever seen on Bumpy Johnson today, loaded with history. Really? What was that? So I don't know. That's a person I don't know. God, I follow so many. I have so many people I don't even have in my list. I have a list. I have a handwritten list of people I just go back and check on that I keep, and I have received how long they last, how long they don't. A lot of them are new channels. See if I'll ever recommend them. What was the subject? Oh, seen on is Bumpy Johnson the YouTuber loaded with history about Bumpy Johnson. Show you what I know. Yeah, I was on Sunny's Friday night after stream. At the end of the stream, I was a little hurting. At the end of Oracles, my daughter had texted me toward the end of the show about 10, maybe 15 minutes in, almost to the end of the stream, and bless her heart, she's going through a lot after the house fire, and she had me upset and a little in tears. I was trying to keep my cool there at the end. That's why I kind of got quiet and kind of just popped off, kind of chilled out, ate dinner, talked to her on the phone. And then to kind of clean my mind up and just kind of chill out and figure about things, I went and streamed with Sunny Paranormal Chop Shop for a while. That was awesome. I like hanging out with. And we even hung out even after he turned off the stream. We kind of hung out for a while and talked. It was kind of nice. It was cool. Oh, here's this. Okay, hold on. Let me click on it. Oh, the mobster. Yeah. Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Oh, I'll have to watch that one. I'm going to have to tag that. Okay, there we go. Cooper's, thanks, Chris. I'll check that out. I will check that out. Thank you. My oldest son has 4 under 3. Has 4 kids under the age of 3. Holy crap. Are 2 of them twins? Or does that boy get around? Just kidding. That's awesome. Why does that say report? Don't report nobody, Steven. How come? Yeah, thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. No, I will check that out. I may watch that later. Because I'm almost done with all my subscriptions. Today was kind of an interesting day. We all kind of felt kind of blah. So I just worked around the house. Went easy on dinner, made spaghetti. So that's still, I mean, he was hopping this morning. He was real productive, which made me feel good. See him down there working. Man, when he came up, he was huffed. Get this queued up. Since we're getting about that time, get it started. Like I said, I'll leave my mic on. Just gotta make sure you tell me you can hear her okay and all that stuff. Let me slide it over. Probably what I'll do, I'll stay on YouTube. That'd probably be a good idea. Excuse me. Let's get this going. Let me cue her up here. Total of 12 grandkids, 4 and under, I should say. Oh gosh, woman. That's too many grandkids for me. But that's a lot of love, man. That's a lot of love. Now, Mike, that's a lot. I'm just happy to have 6. Well, actually 7, because one of them was adopted. That from somebody else's other marriage, and now she's gone again. So I still count her as a grandchild, even though I don't see her anymore. She went back to the other side. But yeah, I love them all. I don't get to see them like I should, but I got 3 of them in Kansas, and I need to make it a point to go see my daughter here real soon because she needs her dad. And then my other 3 are right down in Grove City. So, and they just got busy. They're all in sports and books and stuff like that. So it's getting them home long enough so I can go visit. So here we go. I'm going to screen share this. Okay. What the heck happened there? There we go. Think. Let me move myself down at the bottom here. Makes it a little better. There we go. Makes the screen a little more equal. But yeah, it's a great picture. Gemma, look where I stopped you at. Too funny. No, I have 20 grandkids, 12 great grandkids. Holy crap, woman. GemmaJadeYT. You're good. That's awesome, though. Right? At least you know your gene pool's still around. That's awesome. I hate to ask you how many boys and how many girls on the grandkids and great grandkids. Is it a good mix? I hope. My poor dad had all boys, but luckily, my kids, I had 2 girls and a boy. He was so happy to see girls in the family. And then my children had 2 girls and a boy. So it kind of was, it's like they carried that gene from me. It was pretty funny. Anyways, haha. But that's a lot of grandkids and great grandkids. That's awesome. That is actually awesome. Okay, let's get this going. And like I said, I can turn it down and we can just keep talking. You know how she is at the beginning, anyways. Bless her heart. That rambling woman, that rambling Jersey woman of her. Let's do this. That poor picture. Everybody can hear that all right, right? Might not scroll up. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. I didn't think I was scrolled up all the way. It's fine. You can tell this was 2 years ago. You guys can't hear that? No sound, Ghost? Why am I not having any sound? I'm glad you guys said something. I just now realized you guys are saying muted. Am I muted? I'm good. What? No, I'm good. Wait a minute. Why? Because I can hear it. Why is it doing that? You guys cannot hear that. Edit now. Why am I not? Can't hear Gemma? Okay, thank you. Why is it doing that? Okay, I'll start it over and let me figure out what happened. It's all got sound. Let me remove that. Let me figure out what's going on here. It should have been playing sound. I don't get why it did that. Okay, stop sharing. Let's redo this. Okay, what do I have? 2 of these. Let's try. I think I had 2 of them going. Wonder why it was so weird. I don't know how I had 2. Weird because I could hear. Yeah, it's because the video wasn't synced up at all to StreamYard. Somehow I didn't link it, but you guys were seeing it. You just couldn't hear it, which was weird. I'm going to hit it again. I'm going to go back because you got to hear what she said. And I'm sorry about that. I just wasn't paying attention. Okay, let's see. Because at the beginning of this, she nails, a lot of it because, I've had some near death experiences like 5 times. So let me make sure I get you go back here. It goes pretty fast. Let me get past we'll just start over. Now let me know if you can hear her. Whoops, wait, no, wait. I'm such a goof. Okay, I forgot to share it. Ding dong. Okay. Window. There we go. Let's try this again. Don't. Okay. Now. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me figure this out. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. Let's try this. Because it shouldn't do that, and it's doing it. So I'm just going to go. Why did it do that? No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, wait. Okay. Done. I don't know why it was doing that. Because the video was playing great, and it's like, why are you guys not getting sound? It's always one thing. Why does it keep giving me that? Don't. Come on. Okay, there we go. Go here. That is so weird. Okay, now I got to find it again. Okay. Give me 1 second, folks. I am so sorry about that. That just messes me up. Okay, videos. That just bums me out. But we're not in any rush of time unless you folks are. Let me get it going. Let me fix the issue here. I'm going to hope this works. I don't know why all of a sudden you guys are not hearing the sound. Well, I went to a different browser because I noticed I don't have the internet issues and the rebuffering problems when I use a different browser. And I didn't have any problems last time, which was weird. Where are you? Okay. 1 second. I'm sorry for the dead air. We're almost there. I thought, there we go. I keep forgetting this is like 2 years old, so I have to kind of go back a ways. Okay, there we go. Stop. Okay, do. Okay, put this over here. Stop. Okay. Large it. There we go. Let's do this. Present. I don't know why you guys were not getting the sound. Okay. Now you can see her. Shall we try again, folks? Let me adjust this a little bit. Let's do this.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, just welcome. My name is Gemma Jade, but today we are going to be talking about near-death experiences. I came up with the idea to do this because in one of my fireside chats that I do every Sunday night from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Steve Stockton, one of the subscribers in there said she wanted to hear more about NDEs. So that's why we invite you guys to come to Fireside Chat every Sunday night or whenever you can to join in the stream, because we take what you guys say seriously. And if you want to see something, to the best of our ability, we'll make it happen. Granted, this was supposed to be done before I even took my hiatus like 3 weeks to a month ago, but better late than never, right? You guys also may notice that the camera angle is a little bit different than it normally is.
She
And
worries
that's
about the
because
smallest
I was
stuff.
watching YouTube on my TV and I
You
realized
can tell
that
she was just getting the
I
swing of
am
this.
way up close to the camera when you watch my videos on television. And I didn't know that because it looks much farther away from where I'm filming. So I'm talking a lot louder because it's further away. Let me know which you guys like better. Do you like me farther away? Can you still hear me when I'm this far? I really haven't had the time to try and set up the microphone, and I'm doing my best. So hopefully this is better and it runs smoothly. Without further ado, let's jump right into our near-death experiences. Now, there are many different beliefs as to what happens to somebody after they die. However, the most fascinating evidence of an existence of life after death comes from people who have clinically died, or actually from people who have been pronounced clinically dead, but then somehow and for whatever reason, their heart starts again and they are brought back to life. This is called a near-death experience, or an NDE, and Wikipedia defines this as, quote, a profound personal experience associated with death or impending death, which researchers claim share similar characteristics. When positive, such experiences may encompass a variety of sensations, including detachment from the body, feelings of levitation, total serenity, security, warmth, the experience of absolute dissolution in the presence of a light. When negative, such experiences may include sensations of anguish and distress. End quote. The term near-death experience was coined in 1975 in the book Life After Life by Raymond Moody. In a near-death experience or episode, there are a few different things which could be occurring. The person could be near death, clinically dead, or in a situation where death is highly likely or even expected. There have even been times when people just normally going about their day have had one of these experiences. Experiencing grief, deep meditation, or even extreme physical exertion can bring about one of these experiences. The majority of people having these experiences reported to be very positive, full of beauty, peace, and light. This would be the most typical experience of many people claiming to have gone to heaven. This is the I died and went to heaven NDE. However, 1 to 2% of people who have had near death experiences report something completely different. They report what most of us would describe as going to hell. There are actually 7 different types of near death experiences which have been reported by people coming forward who have had them. According to the extensive research being done on near death experiences, the 7 types of them are fear, seeing animals or plants, bright lights, violence and persecution, deja vu, seeing family, and recalling events post code, meaning recalling the events of what happened to them after they coded. So the typical kind of I floated upwards out of my body and watched the doctors working on me, watching my husband or wife crying over me, that kind of thing. Come with me now as we look at some of the most dark and terrifying near-death experiences, and as we look at some of the most peaceful and uplifting ones that I could find. At the end of the day, whether you believe these experiences or not, I hope that you at least find this video interesting, and I hope it makes you wonder at least a little bit what happened.
That was me. That was me. I give up. Anyways, yes, and that does count. Um, After my third time, I got real curious because I saw and felt like I had a conversation for a very long time, and they said I was only gone for like a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes, and I got curious about what other people like Anthony, unidentified as, his, and I've noticed over the years this is 2 years old. I know that they've added what they call a life replay where people have passed and literally have replayed like their life. When you hear people say, "Oh, I saw my life," that actually happens. That's not one that she brings up. And what they call, and what I've learned to call life regression, where it's like they go backwards. And I've heard of aliens. I've heard of people talking about like they felt like they were in a whole different dimension. So it's highly possible. And it might be highly possible. Maybe it wasn't aliens. Maybe what you thought were aliens. Think about what angels really look like. Okay. This is why I have this, what they think is aliens, fallen angels deal. But aliens are scary. They, what they most people picture them, unless you're talking about the tall whites and all that. But just think about what an angel really looks like. So maybe, something, I don't even know if you hallucinated. I think there was a moment or a small moment in time where you were not in your body for sure. But everybody's different. That was your experience. So I would really love to sit down and go over those events with you someday. They look more human than typical alien faces, which is like, everybody's different. And all I can say is you really should, if you can remember that much, maybe you should write it down. I would love to read it, seriously. And because it could go with some of the other ones that I've looked at. Because to me, when you're in that kind of a situation, you, even though you may not have been declared dead, but you were in a coma. And to me, when you're in like a coma or out of it, to me, that's almost like being dead. Because you're not there. You're not. You may be there. They say you can hear and everything. I can remember it vividly. Yeah, write it down. Write it down, because I'm telling you, there was something there that you were meant to know, meant to see. Usually is that the case. That's what I'm getting at. I'm a little wrong way about it, but I'm kind of rambling too, because I get real excited about this subject. This is a subject that I all know too well. So, but yeah, and to me, I know people and talk to people who have been in comas, and they said that there are times, even though they can hear people talking to them, because they said they can remember some people like reading books to them and stuff, but it was like spurts of moments, and then there would be times they weren't there at all; they were somewhere else. You definitely wasn't in this world. Yeah, do me a favor. If you ever, while you're late, while you're like you are right now, when you can't do a whole lot, send me an email. Take a moment, write everything that you can remember down. I don't care if it doesn't have to be in order, it could be gibberish, just to give me a perspective of what was going on while you were in that state. I'd appreciate it. I'll go back to the video now.
To us when we die. If you're really, really interested in this subject, I would love to do a deep dive into what science thinks NDEs are. There are so many different scientific and religious, spiritual opinions
Lot.
about what NDEs could be. Today, I'm just going to be reporting the people's experiences. But if you want me to go deeper, definitely let me know in the comments because I'm ready to go. All right, here we go. NDE number 1, Matthew Botsford. Matthew Botsford was standing outside a restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia, when suddenly shots started ringing out. 2 men were indiscriminately firing at the front of the restaurant because they had just a few minutes earlier been denied entry for unknown reasons. Now, let's unpack that. These people got denied entry into the restaurant for whatever reason, and they just start firing at the innocent people. I mean, this is definitely an overreaction. I'm just saying. This is one of the most ridiculous things I have ever heard of. Not that I ever think it's a good idea to disarm a firearm in public where innocent people could get injured or possibly even killed. So I just wanted to acknowledge what a dumb, stupid, idiotic thing this was for someone to do, regardless of what the reason was, unless someone pulled out a firearm and started firing at them and telling them to get out. Sorry, guys, but things like this just enrage me because look what happened to Matthew. Anyways, the shots rang out all around him, and Matthew said he remembered feeling a pain like a hot needle was driving into his skull, and he fell on the pavement, and then everything went black. One of the stray bullets from these idiots indiscriminately firing at the crowd in front of the restaurant had struck him in the head. On the way to the hospital that night, Matthew died 3 times, and this made the medical doctors who were taking care of him make the decision to put him in a medically induced coma. He remained in that medically induced coma for 27 days. The things he described seeing while in that coma are absolutely horrifying and strikes fear in my heart that penetrates down to my very soul. As you guys know, I am a Christian. I am a devout, born again Christian. I don't talk about it a lot on the channel because it really has nothing to do with true crime, but this terrifies me. Matthew said that when he awoke, his wrists and ankles were shackled and he was suspended in midair. He was literally hovering in midair over a deep and glowing fiery pit. 4-legged creatures crawled around inside of the pits all over the floor below him while smoke billowed up and it was coming from the boiling hot magma below. Each plume of smoke he somehow knew was one tortured and anguished soul being released to suffer alone in this place. Matthew also made note of the extreme and total isolation he felt in this hell. He remembered being able to hear the constant scream of countless damned souls. And despite so many souls being around him, he somehow understood that they were all there to be alone and doomed to be alone like this in their own personal hell, in this hell, for all of eternity. Christians believe that's what hell is, an eternity without God, without peace. In addition to all of this, he explained that the relentless infernal heat had started to singe and burn his flesh off. However, as soon as he thought he would be burned out of existence, the flesh would grow back and be burned all over again. So it was like torturous burning off his skin, and he could feel it. And the minute all of the skin was burned off and he finally thought like he was going to die, his skin would grow back. This happened repeatedly and it was never ending until he literally woke back up, until he was brought back to life. Our next near-death experience happened to Mary Neal. Mary Neal's an orthopedic surgeon who, while kayaking in Chile, experienced a drowning accident that left her clinically dead for 30 minutes. During this half hour, Mary believes she had a near-death experience, which was a visit to heaven. Mary stated that she was immediately greeted by, quote, beings who were both familiar and unfamiliar.
I had the sound off. When you can't hear me 2-1, I muted myself, but I pause her too. So let's get her going again. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but I'm sorry. I'm actually in a really good mood, son. I'm rambling, and I do like this subject. Let me shut up and get it going again.
All at the same time, end quote. She felt nothing but complete and total peace while in the company of these, and she was also accompanied by her lost loved ones. Also, according to Mary, the loved ones that she encountered while in heaven, even though if they died from being extremely sick or ill, like from cancer or whatever had happened to them, they were fully restored to youth, health, and vitality. There was no pain here. She also remembers being totally aware of what she was experiencing in heaven, but also knowing exactly what was going on below her with her body here on earth. So again, she simultaneously was where she was in heaven, but also knowing and kind of seeing in her mind's eye what was happening down below with her accident. Even her son, whose body she said was completely mangled in a tragic car accident caused by a distracted driver, was, quote, whole, strong, and vibrant again, end quote. While she says she wasn't thinking at all about her earthly worries, such as work and things like that, she was conscious of her loved ones, her parents and siblings, her husband, her children. She claimed, quote, as I thought of each one, I was able to empathically be a part of them, transferring a feeling to them that everything is fine, end quote. So she could feel their pain and also transfer to them peace that it would be okay. I want to deep dive into this so bad because I have so much to say about this subject and I have so much to say about what she's saying right now. Being psychic the way that I am and being an empath the way that I am and just all of my experiences, especially now I'm reading books, I'm taking classes, trying to kind of hone my psychic abilities and learn how to use the ones that I have and not worry about the ones that I don't. I learned a lot about this transference. So, again, let me know in the comments if you guys want to know about it. Anyways, back to Mary. So she said it was like a part of her spirit was able to pass on an awareness of contentment to her suffering loved ones' psyches. She said finally that as a medical professional, what most surprised her was she found out during this episode, somehow she intuitively knew, again, that spirituality and silence were never in conflict. They're never in conflict. And she didn't really go on to explain this. And these are just snippets of these people's NDEs. Most of them wrote books. If you want to go out and purchase their books on the subject, I gave you their names so you can look that up. And in the description box, I am going to quote my sources for this one specifically. So yeah, check it out, guys. These are so interesting to me. And another thing, it makes me so kind of jelly when people talk about their near-death experiences of heaven, because I'm a devout Christian and I want to meet Jesus. I want to see heaven before I die. Do you even understand? I guess for me, and if you are interested in this and if you believe in heaven and hell, let me know if you feel the same way. It's not that I need that confirmation. Faith, I have faith. I know it's there, but to be able to see it, experience it, feel it, just experience that peace. I don't know, like I want that so bad. So I do get jealous, but then I think about what happens to these people beforehand, and I don't want any of that. But just going about their regular day, our next near death experience happened to a man named George Ritchie. And George Ritchie's story is one of the first ever of near death experiences to be widely circulated. He even published a book about it called Return from Tomorrow. In the book, Ritchie describes coming down with pneumonia while serving in World War II and being brought to an army hospital in Richmond, Virginia, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Ritchie went on to claim that during the 9 minutes before he was revived and brought back to life, he had an absolutely terrifying experience, which started with him leaving his body. So he had an out of body experience. And when I wasn't familiar with the name George Ritchie, but when I saw and read this near death experience, I knew I had heard it before. So, according to Ritchie, during this out of body experience, he wandered around town and met who he described only as, quote, a mysterious figure, end quote, who acted as somewhat of a tour guide to him as he was brought around town to various absolutely terrifying places. The first place he and this dark figured tour guide visited was a bar where everyone was desperately trying to eat, drink, and smoke, but they were completely unable to do so. No matter how hard they tried to, they were never able to partake in these various forms of vice and just maintaining eating and drinking. After visiting this bar of the doomed, he then found himself in a wasteland, a barren desert of sort where entities of all shapes and size were engaging in combat with one another. It seemed in an anything goes type of battle. These entities were punching, kicking, clawing, scratching, biting, etc. He would later write about this horrific scene, quote, even more hideous than the bites and kicks they exchanged were the sexual abuses many were performing in feverish pantomime. Perversions I had never dreamed of were being vainly attempted at all around us, end quote. Ritchie's near-death experience inspired him to later become a psychiatrist and the author of several books on the subject. His account still remains one of the first to be told and one of the most popular concerning near-death experiences where the experience was hell and not heaven. Because remember, only 1 to 2% of people who report near-death experiences report visiting hell. The last near-death experience we're going to discuss today is Jose Maniangat. And before I get to that, I just want to say, I know this is going to be one of my shorty videos. Like I said, I really want to know your guys' opinion on the subject. I really want to know if you want me to go deeper. I don't want people to come at me that I'm getting religious but for me, it's impossible to talk about near death experiences without talking a little bit at least about religion. Maybe there is a way that somebody could do that, but I can't. And I don't want to alienate anybody by talking about that. So, majority rules. How many of you want me to go much deeper on near death experiences of heaven and hell, knowing that most likely some religion will come to play in it? Let me know in the comments below and I'll hook you guys up. And if you're not interested in that, then let me know as well. A priest named Jose Maniangat from India says he went to heaven, hell, and purgatory during his near-death experience on April 14th, 1985. Jose was driving his motorcycle home from a Hindi festival and was struck by a drunk driver who was driving a Jeep. During the 35-mile ride to the nearest hospital, Maniangat said his soul came out of his body and he immediately met his guardian angel. How many of you guys believe in guardian angels? He also stated as this was all happening, as he was meeting his guardian angel, and as he had his out of body experience, he could see his body from above, and all of the people trying to help him, people who were praying over him and crying over what had happened to him. And his guardian angel told him that while he was going to heaven, because the Lord wanted to speak with him, he was going to be taking quick trips to hell and purgatory as well on his way to our Lord and Savior in heaven. He says they stopped off in hell first, where he claims to have seen Satan and demons, as well as a lake of fire of about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. People were being tortured by demons and fighting and torturing each other. Worms were also attacking and eating people. He says he saw some people he had known in life, but he wasn't allowed to state their names in public. That's got to be really scary, like knowing that even someone you knew in passing went to hell for all of eternity. He went on to say that he further learned that if these people would have just repented of their sins, they didn't have to go to hell. They would have been with our Lord and Savior in heaven. But sadly, they had not repented. And you don't get another chance to do that once you die. It's not like you die and then they're like, oh, do you repent? No, you have to repent while in life, even if you do it over and over again. These are my beliefs. Yes, I'm putting them in here. You can tell me what you believe down below. Just please be respectful, guys. Even if it differs, we're all allowed to have our own opinions, our own religions, our own experiences, our own thoughts. So just be respectful of one another. Even if you disagree with me, just please do it respectfully and let me know what you think. I love hearing other people's thoughts about this type of stuff, about what happens after we die. He stated that there are 7 degrees of suffering in purgatory as well, but they're far less intense than in hell. There was no quarreling or fighting in purgatory either. He had a chance to communicate with the purgatory souls, and he said they seemed comforted by the fact that they knew that one day after they did kind of their sentence in purgatory, they knew they'd be with God. He also visited heaven and claims to have spoken with not only Jesus, but Mary, the Virgin Mother, as well, who told him she would help him in his ministries and in the missions the Lord was sending him back to earth to do. One last thing he said was that he didn't have the words to describe how beautiful his guardian angel was or the peace and light he encountered in heaven. How awesome. That's all I have for you today, guys. Just this short video on NDEs. As promised, I don't remember the name of the subscriber. I know it was a female, and I'm pretty sure her name began with a K. She was in Fireside Chat about 3 weeks ago. So if that was you, give me a shout, and I'll shout you out in the next video. NDEs, near-death experiences. What do you think about these specific experiences? Have you heard any that you want me to go through? Give me a name. Tell me how to look it up. What do you think? I don't want to get too deep into religion, but like I said earlier, you kind of have to when talking about a subject like this. Even if you're non-religious and you don't believe in anything, I'm sure there are people out there who don't believe that things like this happen. There are scientists who think it's something to do with the brain. And that's something I would love to cover in a future episode of Near Death Experiences if you guys are interested and if I'm going to be able to do it without getting bullied and getting flack from people for bringing religion into a kind of true crime channel. But near death experiences kind of are paranormal, right? They kind of border on that topic. Yay or nay? Regardless of your opinion, I love you anyway. You're always welcome here without judgment, as you all know. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the love. I'm still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know that when I'm at like 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to look back on these videos and be like, oh, why did I keep mentioning how little subscribers I had? Anyways, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have your best day, have your best night, be your best self. Let your kindness show, be kind to each other. It doesn't cost anything, can make you feel so good and gain you so much. I will see you guys next time. Do not forget to leave me a comment and hit that like button. What's up, guys? It's Editing Gemma. I don't know how to add audio, but I do know how to add video, and I completely forgot to tell you guys to check out the description box for those links on how to financially support the channel through either Patreon or PayPal. PayPal will be a one-time donation of how much or as little as you want, and you can become a Patreon for a monthly donation of as little as $5 or again, as much as you want. Thank you so much to my beautiful patrons. I appreciate you all so much, and I have some really great content coming for you soon. But until then, enjoy the early releases that I've been able to put out for you. If you donate through PayPal, I will give you for that month access to all of the Patreon only content. So I thank you guys so much. Also, there will be a link to mine and Steve Stockton's live stream on Dezombified's channel every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time, where we have a series called Real Evil, where we talk about real evil. Go and check it out if you're interested in something like that. And if you like seeing Steve and I do the live streams together, come on in live. Click the link below to see what it's all about. Also, I'm going to leave a link for Steve Stockton's Campfire Tales, which he does every Friday night from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Missing Persons and Mysteries channel. I've been co-hosting that with him here and there every once in a while. So usually we're interviewing someone from the paranormal community, whether it be another paranormal or true crime YouTuber, because this community, we've got to support each other. We've really got to stick together. Or we've had psychics on and authors of books about paranormal things. So if you're interested in all that, either catch it live or click the link below just to get a feel for what it's about. It's a great time. And last but certainly not least, please click on the link to check out our fireside chat, which we do every single Sunday night from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And it's just Steve and I talking to you guys like I'm talking to you now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, when she gets talking about Steve, that's no longer around, so we could probably go ahead and skip that. Yes, do tell Latro. I would love to hear that. You know, I've been gone a couple times. Edna had a very interesting experience. When this all started coming back, I felt the strong need of protection. I gathered up everything I could. That's a good idea. Short version. Here, let me do this. Short version is it was like a video screen and I was seeing strange clips. Resolution was incredible, probably because it didn't go through my eyes. Yeah, it was up here. Yeah. Interesting. What'd you see? Do you remember what you saw? That would be interesting to know. I am very interested. You know, I've gone back and forth through the door 5 times. I know a gentleman, Sonny's dad's been through the door a few times himself. So, and it's always here. It's interesting because me and him got to talking one night during fireside chat, him and his Sonny's dad. I believe it's his dad, Papa. And turns out, even though our experience was different, there was a lot of similarities and connections. It was pretty wild. I was down with pneumonia. Oh, yeah. I get you every time. Here, let me wipe that off there. Yeah, you probably saw it in your mind's eye. And basically, you probably did the same thing. And then when you hallucinated, wow, was it your life? Now, see, that's one of the subjects I touched upon when I was researching is a lot of people talked about, you know, literally replaying, if not their entire life, like in fast motion, important and negative, not only happy moments, but negative moments of their life was replayed during that time. And then this one guy I read about, he actually said, I don't know if you've seen the movie Altered States, where he gets so whacked out of his mind, he literally goes backwards to where he literally is a fetus. And he said it was like that. And I'm like, wow, you got to write that down. And I never heard back from him. But he said, he openly admitted that when he came back, he was never really the same. And I never knew what he meant by that because he never elaborated on it. Another was riding in a Jeep, like future vehicle that was used force field donuts as wheels. That's pretty trippy. I've heard crazy ones like that too before, where it was just like everything was all mixed up. Weird things were going on. Weird things was happening around him. Now, the one guy that talked about his bad experience with this entity that guided him, I know that story. I've read his stuff. Basically, it's like the 7 hells, or Dante's Inferno, or also known, what is it, the seven deadly sins. If you think about it, one was gluttony, one was sloth. If you read the story, it's basically like what this thing took him to was each one of those stages. Some people say they are shown the future, and that's possible too. I've heard that too. Actually, it's not. It is possible, but I've heard that too. Yeah, and I've heard people say that they've seen generations past where they were taken back before they were born, shown family members doing things and stuff like that that had meaning to their life now, and why their family was in the position they were in. If you get what I'm saying, I read all kinds of stuff, especially after the third and fourth one. After the last one, I did. After what I was told in that last one, I don't fight it anymore. I just go with it. I try my best. But yeah, I've heard of crazy ones like that Lovato too. It's out there. You just got to go look for it and read it. One was, I didn't see that one. One clip was a spooling of gold ribbon in a distance. Oh, that's interesting. Does any of that have any significant meaning to you by any chance? You need, like I said, I know a lot of people now that have remembered what they could have gone back and wrote it down just for their own personal good. When you write stuff down, and like I said, and that, write it down for me, but also do it for yourself. If you want to draw the pictures, that's awesome too. It may help you connect some things, because when you do that, you find yourself more in tune, especially once you start to get right in and you start really starting to remember stuff. It may line some things up to you, may even explain some things to you. There was three, only one you couldn't recall. Gotcha. The thing is, I was never into sci-fi. Hey, you don't have to be. Sci-fi, I know people that were into some of the things they saw, like sci-fi or whatever, and it was like, it made them realize stuff. I'm an outdoors play with the critter. Yeah, you are. That's why you have such a connection with them. And I'm really surprised, to be honest, that in your hallucination, that these some type of animal form didn't show up. So why did I see aliens? I was just asking the same thing. Like I said, maybe they weren't aliens. Maybe they were actual angels. But see, that's my opinion. I'm a sci-fi fan. I just finished Star Trek Discovery. I kind of grew out of Star. I didn't grow out of it. It all became the same to me. Star Trek Generation. I mean, I'm not knocking they were bad or good or anything. That's like Star Wars, the first six I'll give credit for it, but everything after that I'm kind of. And the only movie that's after that I liked was Renegade Rogue One. But I love science fiction. I'm a Jules Verne kind of guy. Let's put it that way. Oh, is it? Let me check it out. I have a list of stuff now I'm trying to watch. I can't wait for tomorrow because I'm ready to sit down and watch Monarch. Yeah. And if you're new people coming in, have a seat, relax. Video. If you weren't into the video and you left for the video, that's fine. Come in, have a seat. We're just gonna ramble for a while now. I don't know how long I'll last. I did take some cold medicine. I had to. Now I'm not stoned from it, but yeah, I had to take something. I'm still feeling it, but it's not as bad as it was. Dad was definitely a lot better, just wore out faster today. Oh, it's only 125. But yeah, when people have those incidents, and they tell me about them, I say, if you can remember as much as you can, write it down. If you can sketch out stuff that you saw, sketch it out. But I'm glad your daughter hasn't brought up anything, and that's a good thing. And I'm glad that when you go and spend the night, that you do it again. Like I asked, do you have a gut feeling that she's having a problem, or is you good? Are you good? In other words, are your instincts telling you that you're going to go and see something, or are you thinking, okay, she's okay, I can feel it? Because you'll know, I'm sure once I'm sure you've seen her face to face, haven't you? So you could probably you probably knew as soon as she come back, or a little bit after she came back from her little trip. You'll know as soon as you walk in that house, though. I feel it's good, but something she needs to work on. Yeah, because I'm telling you, if she stood up it and finally stood up to it and told it to leave and it left, she may have to work with that, and she may she may be a lot gifted than she thinks, or she may realize, and to work on that. Some people are afraid to go out and help others because people freak out. But she could definitely, with that kind of gift, protect her family, protect you, and open up to even more experiences that might be a lot more positive. But that's always up to her. You don't want to force her. You want to do it on. She needs to do it on herself. Do a lot of it on her own. She needs to want to do it. You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. It's my granddaughter I'm worried about. Then what you do if you're worried about her, you don't introduce her to anything. Just talk to her and just ask, I call them silly questions, what'd you do today? And she says, I see something. Or if she seems a little off, hey, there's ways to get a child to talk. You should know that. Each child is different. Some ways work better with others. But if she is troubled and you're worried about her, if anything, just reassure her that you're there for her, and just be true to her. She may open up to you if there's a problem. Yeah, you said you did. Maybe it's time to recharge those now too. I know you ladies like to do that. Like I said, once that moon's full, I just set mine in the window. I don't do anything special. I know you guys have these charging rocks and stuff. But I'm a simple man. I do things simple. Like the moon tonight was like a quarter moon. Man, that thing was bright and big tonight. Yep, I'm going to do that too. On these late nights, and we do most of the talking, me, you, Cindy, and whoever else is here, but me and you do most of the talking, which is fine. This is Steve and Ed hour, which is fine. I'm sure if everybody else wants to get in on the conversation, they can. I mean, I'm down to 4 people. I noticed views have been dropping. I'm trying to pick up the subject. I played the old videos because I'm playing some of the past videos. They didn't get that premiere opportunity that you can do now. I saw the moon last night. Nice. Yeah, here it's a quarter moon, man. It was bright, and about 7 o'clock, 7:30. Man, it looked like it was up and close and personal. It was real big until it started heading over the horizon. I was couldn't get a decent picture of it because of a bunch of trees, and it was just too low, and I didn't feel like going some driving around until I got a good shot of it. But it was beautiful. It was bright. But tonight the air is real crisp and real clean. Nice cool night. I think what are we at now? Yeah, we've dropped down to 34 already. We only made it up to like 49 today, I think. That's going to start seeing that up and down temperatures because of the El Nino. Except now the temperatures won't rise as high. They'll stay like here in Ohio. They'll stay like when they go up, they'll be like in the low 40s to 50, the 40s, maybe a little bit in the 50s. And then when it gets cold, it gets like super cold. Like tonight, I think we're like 34. With look for a green star in the sky. Some planet is really close. Forgot the name, but it looks green in the sky. Trying to think which one it is. I'll have to go look at the star chart. Chris is not here. He would have told us. You see me making that ugly. I'm looking at, see, it shows you how much lag there is. I'm now seeing the ugly face I just made trying to think of what the planet's name was. There's a big lag in the video. During a solar eclipse, a tree with shiny leaves projected mini eclipses all over the highway. Oh, that's awesome. That would have been cool. That would have been a picture. They say you can see it with the naked eye. You probably can. I'll have to go out there and look and take my chart. Actually, my telescope's right over there. Do you know what? Oh no, I'll go out and look. I'll go out and look, and I got my compass. That way I can pull it up on the compass so I know it. That way when I see it, I can know what part of the sky, right down where it's at the sky. I'm trying to think. I should know which one it is. I don't know why I don't, because I just saw a video about a bunch of them coming through that will be real close. And if you had a good telescope, you really would be able to see them. It probably is. It's probably either Venus or Mercury. Should be probably the ones closest to us right now. Saturn, you could tell it's not green. So I have to go look. If anybody's out there that knows, let me know. Say it in chat, because I should know that. And when I'm on stream, I draw such a quick blank. It sucks. I think it's just kind of, believe it or not, even with all the rapping and gabbing I do here, I'm still nervous. I still get nervous. Green is odd. Mercury is clear. Yeah, is red. Most of the other are bluish white. But we also have a comet coming through right now too. That's moving in between the Earth and the Moon. So maybe it's that, and it's just because if he had a good telescope, he could see if there's a tail on it. I'm still here. I just don't have anything to add to. You just don't have. You're fine, Cindy. I appreciate it. I know you're here. I figured you were watching. I appreciate it. You and all those grandkids. Yes, I noticed. I was going to say something. Gemma gets a kick out of it. Us calling Lee. I think it's great. Mama Cindy Lee. Thank you. The Lees have it. We win. So do we win, Lees? Now, I'm not sure if there's a meteor shower right now. So I haven't been caught. I'm a little out of touch with those things right now because I've been focusing on other things. So I need to sit down and look at that. I know we're due for one. We usually get one in about mid-fall. But I do know that we just had one comet pass us, and that there was another one That might be it. I'm gonna have to go out and look when I'm done tonight, and then see if I can pull it up. And I'm sure somebody will tell me, but I want to see it first before I pull it up because I'll be able to tell. I'll take the telescope out. I don't have a fancy one. It's a pretty basic telescope, but it does its job. It'll get me close enough that I can tell if it's a comet or not, or if it's a planet or not. And then I'll write down the coordinates and see what it is. I'll go to the star charts. But yeah, I have to check that out. Now we have another lunar eclipse, solar eclipse coming in 2024 next year. And this one will actually go right over us in Ohio. So I'll get the full kit and caboodle this time, which makes me really happy. And I think it's a total one where we don't get the ring of fire. It's going to be total darkness. Yeah, I love stargazing too. One of my favorite books is a star map and all that. And it was one of the things I didn't get back when they brought our stuff back, and I'm a little pissed. The book cost me a chunk of money. It was big and thick, and it had all the history over the years stuff and all the events that had happened. And it kind of bums me out that I didn't get that one back. I'm pretty sure they saw that one and was like, oh, this is cool. Now I got Gemma. I don't know. I can't remember if she shared or not. I got her a it's the star map of the day she was born. I don't know if you've seen those advertised where you give them the date of your birth and they give you the time and everything. You give them the time and the date of your birth, and they give you the constellation that was there over you at that time. And it was real. She was like, it's beautiful. This shows you. Yeah, there is. I don't see. Here's the thing. My son talked me into this fancy thing. I don't watch YouTube on it. I don't watch videos on it. But the only thing I use it for is every so often take a picture. And like I said, I'm not a big picture taker. So I don't use this for half the things. I have a computer, and I have a laptop. A lot of times I'll take the laptop out with me and I can, pull up the star charts and do the civil thing and everything. So I me, this, it's just so small. I don't mind texting and stuff. Yeah, it was really cool. And it was really pretty. She was like, holy cow, Steve, this is so nice. Yeah, I got it for her birthday. I just thought it would be cool to get her. I'm thinking about getting her one for RJ for Christmas with his constellation, his birthday. And I've got one ordered for each of my kids. So they should get it here pretty soon so I can give it to them at Christmas. They're a little steep, but man, they are nice gifts. And it's something, it's nice to have. Something to hang on. That's what the stars look like the day I was born. Yeah, I never use my cell phone for whatever. I'm watching everybody, and now I know that's when you know you're old. When you just, I don't need all these apps. Why do I have to have all these freaking apps? I mean, I check the weather on it once in a while. Other than texting pictures, maybe here and there. I don't mind taking a selfie once in a while for thumbnails and stuff. And even then, if you look at them, they're so kind of goofy. I don't like taking selfies because I'm always afraid to see what's behind me because I see everything else from everybody that's being followed by something. I've got a computer program called Starry Night that will do star maps, not on this system. Oh, really? That's cool. That Starry Night sounds familiar. What does that sound from? Is that a really popular one? Because that sounds familiar too. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I hate it. It's like I told my son, I go, I'll get it because you guys apparently think I should have one. It's old. Okay. That tells me right there. It's old. Yeah, I'll I'm sure if it's out there, I'll find it and check it out. Usually I can find it. If it's too old, I may not be able to. But it sounds familiar. I know I've heard that before. Yeah, people. My son gives me the hardest time because I don't take it everywhere. I don't take this sucker everywhere with me. When I'm at home, I just set it down on my table and do my work and wander around. Why don't you have your phone with you? I've only been trying to call you for 5 minutes. Like, dude, I'm home. I shouldn't have to drag this thing everywhere I go in the house. It always cracks me up when every so often he'll text me from upstairs. I'm like, why are you texting me? Get off your ass and come down and ask me. Hang up and drive. Oh. And it's pretty bad when you see cops doing it too. I don't know how many cops I've passed, cops sitting at stoplights. I'm like, dude, you do everything on your phone. And some people like that. And I don't have a problem with that. And more power to you. I mean, they're basically a computer anyway. They are a computer anyways. The little black mirror. I don't have no problem with that. It's just too small for me. And after you sit on a PC or a laptop, as long as I have, I just prefer that. Yeah, they're looking at their cell phone. I agree. I don't know. The world's gotten crazy. There's a lot more drunk people and screwed up people on the road than just people looking at their cell phone. But that don't help either. That cell phone topic. And it cracks me up because they tell you that you don't carry your cell phone close to your heart or vital organs. I wonder why. Hey, we got 7 people back. That's cool. Yeah, I put on the sweater tonight. I still find the chills every so often. Yeah, my son's really not that bad with his phone. He has his moments. Told my son if he looked at his phone one more time, he's gonna throw it out the window. Yeah, and it cracks me up as people buy these for their kids, and then they wonder why their kids are all messed up because their kid hangs around on goofy ass YouTube videos, and I'm talking not the good ones, and looking at TikTok and Spacegram. It ain't no wonder why people and they consider that an education, much alone what the college are doing to our kids. But yeah, I've actually seen dad say to Giles, if you don't put that damn phone down, and he's really, like I said, he's really good about it. I mean, he has moments. I always like watching people in the store when they're too busy looking at their phone and they're walking to the corner of the next aisle. And one lady was looking at her phone, she the whole time, and she literally walked right into the wall, cart and all. I was just laughing, dude. There's a world out here. Look at it. Pay attention. The kids don't play. I can't say that. Um, this for a while, this neighborhood, is an older neighborhood. So you know how it goes through cycles where all the kids grow up and it kind of is quiet for a while, then new kids move in. Well, that's what's happening right now. The neighborhood's filling up with kids again. And believe it or not, I'm seeing them outside playing more than I've ever had, which is good. It says a lot about the parents. The one guy down the street actually bought a basketball hoop, on the wheels, and it's got it sitting on the edge of the driveway. They're always all down there playing and shooting hoops. They actually, like we used to do, they were actually out in the street playing kickball one day. I was so excited to see it. It was like, it's about time somebody got these damn kids out of the house. That's how they keep the grandkids in line, trying to take their cell phone away. Yeah, because they use the phone to entertain them, which really is not the greatest anyway. Young children shouldn't use cell phones. I totally agree with you, Lautro. It's not good for them. It's not good for them physically or mentally. Oh, that, yeah, I couldn't believe it. Mr. C, how do you hypnotize the whole world? Hello, Mr. C. How do you hypnotize an entire world? Right here. That's how you do it, right through this thing. The little black mirror that you hold in your hand. That's how you hypnotize an entire world. Except for those who don't have one. How's that, Mr. C? I asked. I just said right here. This is how you hypnotize them right here with that little black mirror. Put them on TikTok. Turn on TikTok and let them just veg out. I should say that. You know what do you say? You know it, and people do exactly what it tells them to do. Most of the time, it does. It is. I mean, there's still some people out there are wise up to it, but yeah, you're pretty close, dude. If you're a guy or girl, I don't know. I don't assume gender here. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. And there are people that really do believe everything it tells them. That's the same thing with a PC or a laptop. They get on here and they believe everything they see. And it's sad. And what do you try to educate them and try to wake them up? Some of them wake up, some of them don't. But they took all the phones away. They took all the phones, so it's the only way they can call home. Yeah. Well, it sucks, I asked about, why they took the payphones down. They should have never removed payphones. You find a payphone that works, it's a miracle. Not everybody has a cell phone. What happens if your battery's dead and there's a payphone right there that's not even hooked up? That kind of sucks. I'm like you guys, my phone stays home. No, I take it with me because I have health issues. That was one of the reasons why they wanted me to have one of these. It's because I have tremors and stuff. But when I don't need it, I put it down. I turn it up in case somebody calls so I can hear it. Or if somebody tries to get a hold of me, I turn it up loud enough I can hear it. But when I'm home or when I don't need it, it gets set down. I don't need to have it in my hand. And I have to take it with me because there was no payphones around. And if something happens, but it's like I said, what happens if your phone's dead and you don't have a charger in your phone, or your car's messed up and you don't have a charger and you don't have a phone and nobody's around, but yet there's a payphone, what used to be a payphone booth right there. You know what I'm saying? You'd been able to still make a collect call. Not me, Mr. C. I always, yes, I travel with it. I don't like to, but you almost have to now because there is no other way. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? They took that ability away from you. Wonder if that phone booth in the Mojave Desert is still there. I heard a story about a phone booth out there. Is that the one you're talking about? It's still there to this day? We'll have to find that out. You'll like the older us and them, but the younger gens wouldn't know how to live with. Yeah, that's true. In fact, I'm sorry to say, if anything electronic, if an EMP went off and we had lost all our electric and everything, all our power grid, these kids would be lost. It would be a madhouse because they would not know what to do. We kept the hard line of the old folks. Now we are the hard. Oh, yes, it's true. Now we are the old folks. Brew Brosnick. Hello, Brew. Forgive me. I do have issues talking. Welcome. I listened to a few scary shows, and personally, I grew up in haunted house with a shadow man. So myself learned the invisible truths of Earth around everyone. Plus, people just must see to believe. Yeah, most people do need to see it to believe it. Now, I don't know if you know this, Bosnick, but Bosnick, forgive me. Um, I see the things that follow people. I have since I've been very young. I've seen other things, but most of the time I see the things that follow other people. Yeah, Shadow Man are always a good topic here. Are you new to the channel? Or are you a regular? I don't think I've ever seen you in any of Gemma's streams or here. We're glad to have you. Thank you for coming in and speaking up. We'd love to have you. And we love a good conversation. And we've been known to be on here till at least 3:30. But welcome. This is what I'm trying to say is welcome. I'm glad you joined in. Same thing with you, Mr. C. Thank you for joining in. I love it when we get on these topics because it's good to talk about. I don't set a set program. Whatever happens during these streams, other than her on her Gemma's replay, because the whole first half of this vid, this time period, this stream is to highlight one of her older videos. But after that, it's open game, just like on Wednesday nights from 10 to midnight. You guys come in and I'll let you guys just chat. I'll ramble a little bit. And I usually let you guys flow with and go with the flow and let you guys pick the subject. So I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you spoke up, both of you. Thank you for coming in. Now, what am I missing here? Kids today don't know how to grow a yeah, unfortunately. And you watch some of these videos of them out there interviewing, asking questions to some of these kids. It's sad. Now that it is frightening to me, Ghostdragonzw, seeing those things clinging to people, and it hasn't gotten any better. I'm gonna be honest with you, Edna. I'm still staying pretty close to the house. I'm only going. We got to go out. We go out. Sometimes I have to go out to get Dad out of the house. He gets cabin fever, but it hasn't changed. I can't say it's gotten worse. There's some things that I've seen have gotten a little more intense, but in most part, it just picked up and it stayed. It's just weird because there were days that I could go out and not see anything, but now it's almost every time I leave this house, I'm seeing something following somebody. And it may not, and a lot of times it's not just like one or two people, it's like a lot of people. And this world, the state of this world, people don't realize there is literally a war for our souls right now, and they're making us pick sides. And people may not realize it, but that's what's happening. I get a lot of Gemma shots on YouTube feed lately. That's good. It has no. I really can't say Edna. I'm just going to call you Edna, because I've stuck pretty close to the home. Now, when I went to Para Unity, especially Saturday, I felt like I was trying to go with the flow the whole time I was there, but Saturday was not a good day. And I actually think that's when I got sick, when I picked up my whatever this is. But Saturday was not a good day, but it didn't help. There was a lot of people there, and there were a lot of people there with attachments. I think even Gemma saw them, saw things too. She kept pretty quiet, but she was in good spirits, and she was just focused on, getting her name out there, trying to get into things. But it was rough for me. Now, Sunday wasn't as bad. I mean, it was still bad, but it wasn't half as bad as Saturday. It could have made me physically ill. I don't know. If it did it then why is it doing it to me all the other time? Actually, I'm pretty sure I came home with something, because after I came home, I didn't even realize that weekend that after I come home I was sick. Well, I had a feeling something was up. But man, once it went through this house, it was like there was like 3 days where we were all down. And now it's just lingering with us. We're all moving around and stuff, trying to get back to normal. But you hear us. Well, I'm in here sweating. Yesterday I sweated so much, had to sweat so bad. I think I took 2 showers because I just felt gross. Okay, Mr. C, what'd you say here? But no, I don't. It may have made me physically sick because there was a lot of people, and I'm not. It's been a while since I've been in a big crowd like that, so that's highly possible. Look at it this way, Ghost. Like a plan or recipe for that. Yeah, destroy. Yeah, system. Yeah, divide and conquer. But just so you know, Mr. C, we kind of try not to get too political here. I mean, this is not my channel. This is Gemma's channel, and they give her a hard enough time as it is. So they keep demonetizing. But I mean, as long as you keep it like you're keeping it now, we're good. Um, yeah, because they give her a hard time, and sometimes it is because of me because I get on these subjects. So just so you know, Mr. C, my goal. I was gonna have it done by the end of this month, but because of things that went on, I'm going to start a Rumble channel on my own, and then I'm going to try to get Gemma to go over to Rumble too, because I think she would also do good on there too. I think she would do pretty good on both, and it would help her. And then maybe move her to some of the other ones. But yeah, I'm planning on starting a Rumble channel where I can talk a little bit more freely. YouTube, now with the election year coming up, YouTube is going to be a lot more touchy again. Yeah, cold sweats are the worst. And I don't get sick a whole lot, and it's been a while where I've had something like this linger like it has, and maybe it didn't help being there at that place and seeing what I was seeing. That could have just added to the factor, Now, let's see what Bosnick said. I love Gemma many types. Over your post, Faye. I have a need to know our words' hidden truths. See to believe. Yeah, I also have a huge Gemma. Yeah, well, she's a sweetie. That's why I sit here with her. She's a good woman. She got a man, but we respect her. She's my buddy. She is definitely my buddy. We're best buddies. So I'm a little protective of her too, man. But no, she's a good woman, and she's a sweetie. Yeah, I hate to say that, Mr. C, but unfortunately, and you're going to notice a lot more creators are going to start getting a little more like this when they start talking about stuff, because and then you got Mr. Salty. He takes care of all that stuff for us, Salty Cracker. But yeah, it's going to get even. You think the censorship's bad now? Now that we're getting ready to go into election year, oh, it's only beginning. So yeah, for Gemma's sake, I try to watch what I say. Yeah, you just want to know the truth, and it's important to know the truth. But there's many truths out there, so just prepared. Finding the truth is no different than running down a lot of rabbit holes. But it's good to know the truth. Some truths you're not going to like, some truths you're definitely not going to like, and some truths you're going to go, holy cow, that's awesome. I already have a couple channels booked on Rumble. Dr. Jim. Yeah, there you go. Cool breeze. Yeah, I have a few. I know I was with Rumble when it first started. I just haven't put anything on there yet because I got involved with Gemma. And right now I enjoy being with her. But everybody keeps suggesting that maybe I should start my own channel. I figure it's a good place to start it because I can speak freely there. I think I'm going to do like Well, on Rumble, I'm just DragonZW, my old name, like it was here before I put the ghost on it. And it's going to basically be kind of like a Salty Cracker or everybody else, just me ranting. But it's going to be more about the things I think about and question. Some of the research I've done in the past, I'm going to talk about. Andrew, hey, bud, how you doing? Are you home for the night or are you on the road, Mr. Trucking Man? Yeah, you wanna play It's good to play all the medias. BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, locals. It's good to do all that stuff because you got to support all tech. Hey, Roger, how you doing, Mr. Blair? I missed something. Just reading the ancient text shook me. We've been so lied to. Oh yeah, we have. This world has many hidden things, and they've hid a lot of it themselves. But there was some stuff that was hidden from us, but not from who we think. It was hidden for other reasons. But then again, that's a world. That's why you have a world discovery. It's important to discover and to form your own opinions, is like I like to say. Do your own research for your own, and gather and make your own opinions. There we go. It's nice to see everybody popping in now. Somebody end for the night. Did another stream in, which is fine. I don't mind taking somebody's leftovers. We have a good time here. So, did you say you were on the road, Andrew? Oh, I'm on the road. I'm technically pulling for Walmart, DC, Walmart stores now for the week. Just be safe out there, dude. X20. I'll have to check that one out, Latro. X22 report. Okay. Yeah, I like checking out new channels and stuff. So, I still do it here on YouTube. So I like the small channels. Watch them grow. That's how I stumbled on Gemma. It was like her second video. I've been following her ever since. Now, I didn't say a whole lot in her earlier days because she was still growing. She was talking about, addiction and trying to help people. And then when she started getting into true crime, I started talking then, and then so on. Ghost, just about everything you and I were taught were. Oh, Mr. C, I don't know if you knew this, but I used to do research. I officially retired at the beginning of the year, but for years, I've done research for other creators. So most of them now on Telegram and other platforms. And a lot of the stuff that I researched was what I call forbidden history. It's the histories they don't want us to know. The history that they tried to hide from us. A lot of the Nephilim stuff, a lot of Enoch stuff. Just the stuff that a lot of people, creators don't talk about, You hear there's a couple good creators that talk about that stuff, but I like looking into. I call it forbidden history or hidden history is what I call it. The technology they didn't want us to know they had. Some of these civilizations were a lot more advanced than we were. There are things that we have yet to understand that they still have yet to understand. So I've done my research. So I know where you're talking, Mr. C. I know where you're at. But I've also done research in more intense worlds like the P word, bad things that happen to children. And I did some research for some guy like that tore me up for about a month. And I just do paranormal research too. I'm not a big Bigfoot guy. I like cryptids, but the way I see it, there are so many Bigfoot channels out there, so many Dogman channels out there, and so many UFO channels out there. I leave that for them because a lot of them are really good channels. Anthony S4, man, he's nailing it. And there's a lot of good channels out there. So I let them talk about that stuff. I don't, when it comes to cryptid, I like the weird stuff. I was calling them rakes, but I was nicely informed that I should be calling them pale crawlers, which I like that better. So I'm still learning too. We're out. We're out of 4 Walmart DC's North plant, Northeast Cheyenne, New Wyoming. Oh man, you're getting all over the place. Sweet, you can replace Melissa. I'm doing better, Andrew. There you go. Her, him, and Melissa were cracking me up last night. You guys made Gemma happy giving $2 here, $2, just talking to each other that way. That's hilarious. It was. I was laughing. I was laughing so hard. And I was trying to keep it. The end of that night ended a little rough for me because my daughter had texted me during the stream. Kind of bummed me out. She's going through a lot. But you guys were definitely a highlight of that stream. Rumble got a bookmark, clip mark. Okay. So you know about the mud floods? Yes, I do. Ancient tech that tells. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Really big. I was real big into that stuff, and I did a lot of research on that. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. And for when I do that channel, when I go do that channel on Rumble, I'll have all my research out in front of me, and I'll be a little bit more showing. You know, I'll here in Gemma's we keep it simple, and I don't. We're trying to get used. I'm trying to get her used to using visuals and stuff. It's she don't need visuals when she's doing oracle readings, but when we do other videos together. So, but on Rumble, I'll be a lot more freer to say what I want to say, because I've noticed they even starting to go after some of those channels now here. So yeah, I'd rather go to Rumble. That way I can cut loose. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, Mr. C. She's been reading a lot of them. You're giving them to him right now. Yeah, there you go. The Dead Sea Scrolls and the diagnostic. Okay, Steve, I'm just not gonna stalk anymore. Yeah. Yeah, you and Melissa were cracking me up last night, man. Thank you for that. And Gemma thanks you a lot too. I know you guys were having fun, but you guys were taking some money out of your pocket. That was fun of you and nice of you at the same time. Oh, okay. And if you ever want to read texts that were written thousands of years before the Bible and all of that, you might be interested in. Yes, I'm. About the cuneiform tablets. They were recorded, everything. Yes. Now that my brain has been scrambled, I'll have to reread. Yeah. But believe me, and once you start reading it, it will come right back to you. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find this for you. And they shouldn't be hard. What time we got? Oh, 2:08. Okay. But I want to thank you. I'm not signing off. I just want to thank you, two new folks coming in. Andrew for popping in. I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm going to let you guys chat for a while. It looks like we got a good conversation. I'm starting to have a little trouble talking, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. But I'm loving the conversation I'm seeing, so please don't stop. I'm going to probably hit another coffin nail here in a minute. But yeah, I'm starting to have a little trouble talking. But I don't want to end this because you guys are having a great conversation. I want to keep it going. And Andrew, thank you again, man. But I appreciate everybody here. We got 8 people here, people who are not talking. Thank you for hanging out and watching and listening. This is what it's about. This is what I make it about. Wednesday's more your nights, and then after Gemma's video on these nights or replay video, I leave it all up to you guys to decide. Nobody gets too talkative. I usually shut it down early. So have at it. I hope you're in for the night, Andrew. Now, are you on the road now, Andrew? Are you still doing the night driving? Or did you get a chance to go and call it a night until you get up in the morning? Your interest is primary UFOs, but of course, venture into some of the other mystery. That's cool, Latro. I'm I do the UFO thing because my dad's a big UFO guy. Um, but he's not so much into the stuff that goes bump in the night, if you know what I'm saying, the cryptids, stuff like that. I'm more into those and the things that go bump in the night because of the things I see following people. Those are more the experiences I have. Um, I probably have seen Bigfoot, but I can't say for sure. And where I'm at, they call him Grass Man. Um, but you know, everybody has their own little thing to into. Hey, and I'm gonna be honest. If you're into UFOs, you're gonna find out everything is connected. This is all connected. And when it really starts to that veil opens even more and thins even more, people are going to see that this is all connected. Well, Ghost Dragon Lee, I'm going to call. Well, you have a good night, and you will see me on the flip side. I may even stream tomorrow night if I'm up to it. We'll see. Um, but I will definitely see you Monday for the premiere, even though we as members already got to see it. That's another thing. Become a member for Gemma's channel. She's starting to learn how to use the members thing. I'm going to help her so we can get you some exclusive content. And I might be able to do some things that way too. I might be able to get away with it. We'll have to see. But she does have the video she released an hour ago, or now a couple hours ago, about things in the forest that look back at you and shadow entities in the forest. That will premiere at 11 for those who are not members, but members got it now. And once we figure things out, we'll try to do a premiere where you can actually talk, at least when that video comes out too, other than the one that comes on Monday. Now, tomorrow, the premiere at 11 probably may not have chat. I think she says it wasn't going to this time, but that's just a temporary thing. We're not doing Tuesday talk because little man gets out of school early. Hold on, I'll catch up on chat here in a second. But I'm not sure if I will be here Wednesday night, of course, from 10 to midnight or whenever we decide to end. And then no Laura because of Thanksgiving. I don't know about the weekend. I know she wants to do Oracle because it's her favorite night. I just don't know if it's going to be either Friday or Saturday. We'll have to wait and see. It'll probably be Saturday. She hasn't been. She got to see her mom at Parent Unity, but she didn't get to stay, and she kind of missed her mom. So hopefully she'll get to stay that weekend. We'll have to wait and see. But then whatever night she doesn't do oracles, I will do Gemma's replay. Now I'll get back to chat. Good night, Sydney. Please have a wonderful evening. And I shall see you on the flip side, young lady. Andrew, I'm done until about 2 later today. Then dispatch night runs during this time of off. Oh, yeah, Ohio Grassman. Yes. I can't see. That's what I saw for sure. It happened so fast. I tried to chase it, but it went down a steep embankment and it happened so fast. But I will say I did put the camera out that night. I didn't catch anything. A bunch of peacocks yelling at me. I believe that too. It's all connected. I believe it's all connected. And I think a lot of people will find out it probably is. I can't join on iPad, but on members only, you can't. There's not a members only tab on there. I'll have to find out why. The Bigfoot T-Rex scream came from Ohio. Yes, it did. Area positive. I know Bigfoot outlaws down in Ohio, Dallas, Gilbert, and yes, there are actually a lot of researchers here from Ohio. Chris, are you still here? He could probably give us the whole list, but he may not be still here. If you're still listening, Chris, let us know. Because Chris knows all those, know all those people too. But yeah, I saw what I saw, what I think I saw with the grass man was down in Logan. And the only reason I call him a grass man is because it looked like a guy in a gunny suit, but much bigger. And it literally looked like it had grass and stuff twined in its hair. So it made it look like a gunny suit. So I cannot say for sure if that's what I saw, but it was big and it was moving fast. And I caught it right out of I caught it just as it was running down the hill. It came out of one side of where I was at because I was in a cabin and there's a big open space in front and then the porch. And I was sitting on the porch just waiting for something to happen. And it did. It just, I wasn't aware and I wasn't fast enough. And boom. And when I saw it booking down the hill, I got up and took my ass over there and it couldn't, I could see where it went through, but it was gone. So it was booking. But you're running down a hill like that, you can get moving. Members, yeah. I'm going to find out why and find out why that there's certain devices that don't allow you to become members. You should be able to have that option. You really should. I heard a blood curdling bellow once in Florida. We were shooting a drainage. We were shooting at a drainage ditch. It may have been a big gator, but I've never heard anything like it before since. Really? Now, when I was in Colorado for our honeymoon, there was one night at the cabin that we heard hoots and hollers. But again, I couldn't tell you. That was really before I really started delving into this stuff. And like I said, I leave a lot of that talk for the guys that do Bigfoot streams and stuff like that. But my ex at the time, my wife, now ex at the time, she said, I've never heard anything like that. And it only happened one night. And it was loud and close. And she goes, I don't know what that is. You know, my grandparents have lived here for a while. I used to come here. I come here every year. I have never heard that sound before. And it kind of freaked her out. But we only heard it that one night. But there's also a lot of bears stuff around. I mean, we literally sat on the front porch and a bear walked up and opened our trash can lid and looked down and again, put the lid back on and walked away. It's like, holy crap, was that Yogi? Oh, sorry. I'll check the cell phone and see if it. Yeah, I want to know why certain devices don't allow that. That's kind of BS. Yeah, they can clear a lane or two-lane road plus strides. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it was booking. It might have been, but like I said, it went down a steep incline. You know what it's like running down. You get going, you can book. Yeah, I've heard mountain lion screams, fox screams. Actually, raccoons can sound pretty wild at times. So who knows? Yeah, bears are faster than you think. Yeah, I've seen bears book. Yeah, that's like, you know, there are big animals. You don't think they can move that fast, and it's like, holy crap. You know, people underestimate gators and crocodiles because they, oh, they're fast in the water. Man, I've seen them cruise on land real fast. They want something, they're going to get. I like how the counter keeps going up and down, but I appreciate everybody hanging out. Now, I've seen video. I just went out here and I was trying to find it last night because I was talking about it with Sunny, and I was trying to find it earlier this morning where there's a video and it looks like a small squatch that has climbed up in a tree, and it looked like it was hung and it was watching people like it was trying to hide in the trees because it didn't look very big. So I assumed maybe a juvenile, but you can tell it wasn't an ape, and you can tell it wasn't a human in a suit. This thing, it kind of creeped me out a little bit, but it was up there. Raccoons make a noise that you think is coming from an animal. Yeah, sounds like my dog. My dog's not a very big dog, but when he barks, people, if they don't see him and he's on the other, you know, If he barks and they're on this side of the door and they don't see him, they literally think he's a big guy. And coons are the same way. They make a noise that makes them sound really big. Edna was the lady in the 1976 Grizzly movie. Yeah, I was just talking. That's funny, Andrew, because I was just talking about that movie with my dad today about Grizzly the movie. That's hilarious that you bring it up. She's the lady. If she probably was. They can snatch you right up and fly through the trees. That's highly possible. She's laughing. At least she's got her sense of humor. Talk about a tough lady right there. Edna's a tough lady. Don't screw with that woman. I'm glad some people came in and spoke up. Some newbies. I like newbies. Mr. C, I'm glad you came in. Same to you with Boznick. I hope I'm saying your name. I'm not going to say Bo, if that's how you say your first name. You have to forgive me. I don't know if you guys know, I do have like I have Tourette's. It's a movement form, but over the years it's affected my voice, my talking ability. They say I don't sound funny, but I'm going to say it anyways. I know there's times that I have issues talking. Yeah. He had us going last night. Him and Miss Bacon. That's all we need in here is Melissa now. Yeah, that's what I figured too, Andrew, that they do. Now, see, I will say this. Since all these guys started streaming about Bigfoot and Dogman, some of the other cryptid, but mostly those two, UFOs I've always been into. You know, I have my theories about those. But like I said, it's all connected anyway. But when it came to Bigfoot and Dogman, I knew stuff. But over the last 2 years, with all the streams I've been watching, and all these people streaming like LIB and, you know, Anthony and Moggs and all them and all the other ones that are nameless, there are a lot of great channels out there. I've learned a lot more, especially when it comes to, I knew some things about Dogman, but I always equated Dogman with werewolves or skinwalkers. Now, to me, werewolves and skinwalkers are two different things, but they're really not. Except one is a curse and one is cursed because they wanted to be cursed. I don't know how you put it. I think you know what I'm talking about. Because what I saw that night was a werewolf. It wasn't a dog man. It wasn't a skinwalker. This was a person. I could feel it. I could see it. This was a female who hated her life and what she had become. And it was a female because it did have breasts. It was weird. And it's shame that my picture didn't turn out. And the guy that freaked out the most destroyed his picture because he thought he was cursed. Maybe he thought, you know. Anyways, but I learned a lot now. I knew a lot about skinwalkers, wendigos, and stuff like that. Oh, that was the most awesome, scary story. I wish it was just a story. But that kid, I still haven't talked to him. But I've heard that he's brought it up. I do have friends that still talk to him. They say he brings it up once in a while. They'll bring it up and he gets, And he's like, no, I don't bring it up. Or he'll bring it up. Somebody will bring it up and he'll say, no, I don't go talk about it. Don't ask. The picture's gone. It's going to stay gone. I was so pissed off at him. If the picture turned out as good as Jeff said it did, it'd have been a killer picture to post. But then again, you would always have your skeptics. I just don't understand why the two guys that should have had the best picture had no picture, and the guy in the middle that should have had nothing but flames and blurriness got the best picture and then freaked out about it. It's probably why he did freak out about it. Did anyone see the white ball without tail fall straight down course, 12. Example, I mean seconds, clouds, silver. There's a couple of videos that I've seen lately where things are falling out of the sky. I don't know if that one was the white ball, but there are a couple of videos I've seen where there are actual objects coming out of a storm. In fact, there's one video of two people who didn't know each other from two different views during a lightning storm of things coming straight out of this. It's freaky. I would have definitely crapped my pants scenes. I wasn't scared. That's the thing. I mean, we all looked it right in its face or her face. We didn't. Greg was the only one that showed any kind of fear. Jeff didn't. I don't think Jeff really understood what he was saying. I don't think he really ever accepted it. I think he knew he saw it. He knew it was real, but he didn't accept it. I wasn't scared. It seemed when it stood there and looked at us and came up, when we realized we heard it growl and looked up and saw it standing on the other side of the fire, I honestly felt bad for it. For her. I felt bad for her. It's like she growled at us, she kind of looked at us mean, but she looks, and I keep saying she because it was a female. It was sad. It was so sad. And when it ran, it almost sounded like it was whining as it was running down the hill because it was literally like a slope down. Because in Logan, there's a lot of your stuff sits up on little valleys and stuff. So, but yeah, it was a good experience. I just wish I'd got to keep that picture. I wish he'd given me the picture, sent it to me before he deleted and broke his phone. Life sucks sometimes. And that is one experience that I really get pissed about because if the picture turned out as good as Jeff said it turned out, that's all I would have needed for me to be totally convinced. But I saw it, so I was convinced anyways. Bigfoot have many levels of types along with the dog man too. Yes, they do. People have been posting all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, there's been a lot of it lately. The problem is you really have to look at these videos now and I mean really nitpick at them because AI has gotten so good. But the stuff I've been seeing looks legit. So who knows? But there are tons of those videos coming out. Navy tracked UFOs been gone for 8. Yeah. I'm just kind of ramming through this. Thank you. Sorry for the late response. Been moving around the house. Hey, we all do it here, Mr. C. Wow, you felt empathy for it. Yeah, I did. I did. I wasn't scared. I felt bad for it. I felt bad for her. That's why I keep saying her, because it was a female. And I felt bad for it. I don't know why, but I did. I wasn't scared. I pitied it. I felt bad for it. Yeah, well, there's some of those videos do look like meteor, but some of them look wild. And there was a couple that I looked at that looked kind of AI-ish. But yeah, just until you have the actual video and you can actually analyze it and put through the filters and the runs. Because I'm telling you, it's better to have the original video when you do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's good that you can use a copy to do it, but it's always good to have that real video to do all that analyzing with. Yeah, well, people don't realize there is a lot of space junk up there, and eventually it's going to start falling down. So that's highly possible too. Because I've even brought that up with some people. You know, some of this could be space junk. Yeah, they will follow you home if you leave food spots or ability feed. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Now I've seen videos where people leave food out for them. That's just like the little people, the Fae. How do you know that's not what come and taking your food? It's the Fae. But then again, a lot of people believe that Dogman and Bigfoot are part of the Fae community. Space junk falls slowly along the lines of the shuttle that came apart. Yeah, but there are a lot of space junk and old satellites out there that are starting to crumble apart. I would imagine their entry would probably kind of slow, but once they got into Earth's atmosphere, would probably fall pretty rapidly. I don't know. Just it could literally be anything. But some of the videos I've seen look legit, kind of freaky. Like, what the crap? That's not man-made. That's something that's that's not right. Dallas Gilbert has at least 200 pics. He passed away in 2000. Yeah, changed his life. Well, that's like that story about the lady that supposedly raised baby Bigfoot, baby squatches. I keep hearing that story a lot too. Now I want to see the proof. And then I maybe then maybe I'd you know take that in a little more legit, but I'd have to see some proof. Ghost with the new AI and deep fake abilities they have. I agree with you. Like the ancient gods reappearing. Yeah, a lot of people will say that's harp. That's what they supposedly developed harp for, was to use AI technology, holograms, and all that stuff. And it's highly possible because harp's shady, anyways. There's a lot of that too. I did some research on this. Some shady crap going on with that. Oh, we don't use it anymore. Bull crap. If you go back and watch Patterson, yeah, you can see where Patty has been shot in the thigh before. Really? I never noticed that. I'll have to go check that out. Pet Squatch, coolest pet in the city. I think it's an ancient man. Could be a lost link. That just because they were able to survive the way they were for so long that they stayed like that. I think you're going to find that there's a lot of things from what they call the prehistoric eras, all that may still be very much alive today. A big meteor probably didn't wipe out everything. A great flood probably didn't wipe out everything. I mean, things survive in water. Things adapt. I mean, you got to stop and look at the whole picture, because there's more to that picture than they show you. You really got to take that picture and blow it up. Look at every speck. I'd love to live in the woods, tempted to run off to the hills. I don't really want to. When good old Pop moves on, I would like to find something away from this city. Like I said, I almost moved to Alaska. I was like this close. And I should have gone with the guy when he headed up to the territories, but nobody's heard from him now for a month. I'm getting kind of worried. Because how do you introduce an entire planet to things we're taught, were myths or old wives' tales? Remember the recipe from before you. Have you ever seen the Jupiter's? Yes, I have. It was all right movie, but I know what you're saying. And I'm going to tell you, even if you could wake a few people up and make them realize that the myths and old wives' tales had a lot of truths to them, there are always going to be people that will doubt it. Always. Disclosure is a secret for good reason. Yeah, I agree with that too. And I'm not even going to, and the stability. Here's my view. Disclosure is disclosure, if they do it or not. I don't really worry about disclosure because it's all going to be disclosed one way or another when the time is right. Because I honestly feel that they don't know everything, and that how can I put this? When it's ready to show itself, it's going to show itself. And that we were not meant to know everything. And when we are meant to know everything, it will be revealed to us slowly but surely. Because, yeah, there's people out there who are just not going to handle it. There's just not going to be people that are going to be able to handle it. Give me four. Yeah. So, no, I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying. But yeah, as for the government telling us, it's probably not going to happen anyways. They're they use it against us because they don't want people, because there are people that are going to freak out. There's no doubt about that. That's always a guarantee. Um, but see, that's the thing. I don't. I think they have just as many questions as we have. May have a lot of answers, but they still don't know everything. Our human eyes don't see yeah, they don't. This realm, those many realms, those many dimensions, many multiverse. Oh, there's so much we have yet to be told and yet to learn ourselves. And I'm speaking of they, the uppers who think they oversee everything. They don't know everything either. They're still unsure about a lot of things too. But again, these are my opinions. So don't get me wrong. These are not opinions of Gemma or anybody else. These are my own personal opinions from years of research that I've done, years of sitting in the library. These are things that I have formed. And you're going to find over you newer guys, especially when they go to Rumble, you're going to see that I look at things a little more biblically. So, but I'm always open minded about everything. But just my own personal opinions are my own opinions. So nobody think that this is something that Gemma thinks too. Actually, me and Gemma have different views on quite a bit. That's what makes us good. Yes, we are descendants. I fell behind here. We can't even respect each other. Why would aliens want to? Yeah. How do you know that they weren't part of the problems of getting us divided? A lot of people tell you those reptilians are just involved in separating and dividing us right now than anybody. That's a whole nother subject. I don't want to touch either. Not tonight, at least. Because I'm about ready to call it a night. It's what, 2:30? Yeah, I'll probably call it here pretty soon. It is getting hard to talk. I'm trying to maintain my vocabulary and my ability to speak. We are trained into those vices. It's not really. There is some programming involved in it. I'll have to admit that. But because the people who taught us don't know everything, we were taught by their opinions and what they thought. Now when it comes to history and stuff like that, there is a lot of stuff they lied to us about in school. The history books we were given. I After my junior year in high school, I realized that half those crap that I was reading at school was crap. After I went out and did my own research, started doing my own research. But yes, there is so much in this world that's going on. Yeah, I'm getting ready to call it a night. I notice when I start having problems talking, my throat starts to hurt a little bit. I feel like I'm getting tongue tied. But I have fun. Sometimes it's hard to say goodnight when we have such a great conversation going. Knowing is a form of fear. Invisible things. I agree with that to a point. Oh, I got some. I don't always help though. And I'm trying to watch because I'm starting to get a little shaky too. And I don't want the tremors kicking in. Though they're always there, it's just they get a little more tense. I've been, like I said, today was a pretty chill day, so I'm trying to relax, but I notice I'm starting to get a little tongue tied more than usual, which is typical. We got done with Gemma stream Oracles last night. I dealt with my daughter and cried a little bit, and then cheer myself up. I went and hung out with Sunny, and I was with. I sat and talked to Sunny. I think until about this time, 2:30, 3 o'clock, when we finally all left each other, and I think we talked for another 20 minutes after he ended the stream. But I had fun. I was up anyways. Even when I get off here, and I got dishes I'll probably go put away because I got a little lazy after dinner. And I'll probably piddle around the house for an hour or two until I can get my body to at least calm down enough that I can lay in bed without rocking it across the floor. And look at the drama and love stories from the 30s through the 60s where the man slaps push. Then you see it playing out in real life. Yeah. Yeah. And then they end up in an appropriate kiss. I'm out. You take care, Latro. You have a good one. Yeah, I'm getting ready to end it too. Thanks for hanging with us, Latro. I do appreciate it. You have a good one tomorrow, okay? Okay. Yeah, take care. Have a good one. Have a good Sunday. And have a good start to your beginning week. And Gemma, if you're not a member and you didn't see her video for members only, it will premiere Monday at 1. I just don't think she's gonna have the chat with it until she figures out how to work that out, which she can do both. But I don't know if she'll be able. She might be able to. I don't know. I'm supposed to work with her tomorrow about it, so we'll see. But she does have a video premiering Monday at 11, and then no Tuesday talk. Then I'll be back here at 10 on Wednesday from 10 to midnight. And then Oracle will be the Friday or Saturday after Thanksgiving. Nothing will go down Thursday. And then the night we don't do Oracle, I will do Gemma's replay like tonight. So I hope you see one of those times, Latro. Have a wonderful one, dude, or person. Like I assume identity, so Gemma may know you. I'd still get who is who mixed up, so forgive me. But yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and get ready to call it tonight. Not push my luck. I'm starting to wheeze too. That's why I hadn't lit up another one. I lit up and just let it burn. Habit, which is good, but I probably should get ready to take a little medicine before we go to bed. See if I can at least chill these out. I want everybody to have a wonderful night. Thank you all for showing up, all 7 of you. But I noticed the counter was going up and down. And just remember to leave a like, please. Leave a comment. If I usually don't leave a comment right after I come back either late or when I do decide to go to bed, I'll come in and leave a comment. And thank you all for coming in. Oh, I do it in the morning. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight and enjoying Gemma's video and then hanging out afterwards. I've given you all the times. Monday 11 for Gemma's premiere. No Tuesday. Wednesday, me 10 to midnight. No Thursday. Then I'm not sure if like I said, she's doing Oracle Thursday or Saturday. But I'm sure we'll let you know during the week. Please have a wonderful day tomorrow. Please enjoy your time. Be good to each other. Be safe. Take care. And I will see you guys on the flip side. And let me read these real quick because I just saw a bunch of them popped up. I'm out. Nice chatting. Take care, Latro. Take care, Mr. C. Of course, Edna, please take care of yourself, and I'm sure you'll see me. You get that written up and those pictures drawn to me. Get them sent to me. Mr. C, it was good to have you in here. Born a clean slate, yeah. Bro, Brosnick, forgive me. You have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for joining us. But all of you new people, please have a wonderful night. Please take care of yourselves. And once again, I'll see you on the flip side. Later, Gators.